Evening everybody, Rich here, back for part 5 of this SS Bremen tutorial. Today's focus will be the next phase of the ship's superstructure, basically a lot of windows, a lot of walls, and the boat deck to be added on top of all that. And if there's time I may start the next deck above that as well, but we'll worry about the boat deck and the areas underneath that for today. I've also added all the doors and windows to the stern deck areas which we built early in the tutorial. I'll show you them when we get to there because they're all down the other end, but worry about that when we get to it. But yeah, I've added all the doors and windows so you don't need to worry. Right, so first on the front of the ship, well, we're at the front of the ship, we're going to go to the outside edge of the area we built in part 4, which is the overhang area. So we've got the overhang here, as you can see, the single line basically of overhanging blocks like that. So what you want to do now is go to that and add another line of blocks all along the top, basically in doubling the height to 2 high. So basically go from the front end to the back end down both sides. So I'll do the one side. I'm working on the right hand side for now, and what I do a jump cut and copy it to the other side later on, but we'll worry about that in a minute. So we'll just do the one side first, down this side. So like I said, just doubling it in height. This was where windows will be added later on. We'll get the inside walls in the stern area out of the way first, and then come back to do the windows later in the video. So just get this out of the way. I could have used welded it for this, but never mind. Started it now, so might as well finish. Oh, and I've gone and missed a few blocks already. What a great start. So where are we now? We're at still got a bit of way to go, so I'm nearly at the end. Still on the overhang. And there we are. Nope, still got a way to go. Still on the overhang. How far have we got to go? Oh, nearly at the end. Right, so there we are. One more block, and there we go. That's the end of the overhang. If you've been following this, then you know where the overhang ends, right by these windows here. And as you can look inside, I've added all the doors and windows as well. So that is how those should look. Right. Back to the overhang. So now it's 2 blocks high, as you can see. 2 blocks high at the end. So now we're at the stern end of the overhang. We're going to add another 3 blocks on top, like that. Or another 3 blocks, a single block, or single pillar, basically, on the end. So at the back end, add a single pillar, 3 blocks high. And then build across at the top 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then down to deck level, like so. So there we go. This would be the outside edge, and then this would be the beginning of the inside wall. So what we're going to do, we're going to start the inner walls. So from the bottom block of the pillar on the inside here, we're going to build the inner walls, and they will be 30 blocks. So from this point we build 30 blocks forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So yeah, there we go, that's 30 blocks. So that's, you can see it's beginning to build a sort of corridor. So that's 30 blocks, and then one out, and then we will add, so build one out, and then add another 44 blocks to that. So it'll basically be 45. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is 44, plus the single one we added first, that's 45. And then you build one out again, and we build a line of 117, that's 117, so I'm going to use the welded it for the measuring. So that's the first block, and it's 117 plus this one. So this is the first block, 2, 3, 4, and I build it freehanded, and I measure it at the end, so I won't have to count it then. So I've measured the first block, so when I get to the other end I can just measure it up, and hopefully it will be 117. So how far are we now? That's 53, so halfway, nearly. That's 88. That's 108. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's 117, as you can see at the bottom and at the end of that pink centre. So that's 117. So basically what we're doing, we're tracing the inside edge of, the inside of the outer edge. So as you can see here, the 117 ends there, right where the ship, the width of the ship starts to decrease again. So now we're at the end of the 117. Now we go from the inside of it, from there, like so. So that's the first block, and we're going to add 45. So this is the first block, and then we'll add another 45, making it 46. So I'll use the weld edit again. So that's the first block, and I'll just measure it so that it'd be 46. That's 32. That's 45 and 46. That's 46 there. And then one more line, which is 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And once again, that is where the deck of the ship starts to narrow. So there we go. That's the base of the inside walls. You can see it sort of traces the line of the outside of the ship. So that's the inside corridor. So what we're going to do now is increase the height of this wall to 3 high. So all the way along, increase it to 3 high. So that's like so. Use weld edit for this. So set quartz like so, and then next row along. So like before on most of the decks below, increase this to 3 high, and then the deck will sit on top. The deck will sit on the top row, so that's why these are only 3 high. This is the 117 long section, increasing that to 3 high. Up to there. There we go. And the next line along. Up to there. And the next line along. Up to the end pillar, like so. And there we go. That is all those walls now added or increased to 3 high, as you can see, like that. So there we go. That's how that should look. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a quick jump cut while I copy it to the other side, so it will all look fine. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. Now I've done both sides now. Copied and pasted it to both sides, so it's all symmetrical on both sides, and it should all look something like that in theory. So I'm just going to fly to the front end now and just cap off the end, because there's a wall that joins the 2 halves together, or 2 sides together. Just fly to the front end of the inside walls, and we'll just join one side to the other. So we'll go from the right, or from the left, right rather, from the bottom, just build across to join to the other side, like so, and then just increase it in height to 3 blocks high. Come on. There we go. That's all increased in height. So that's how that should be. And what you want to do, if it's it's up to you if you want to do this now or later on, is of course the doors or windows. If it's anything like the decks below, then hang on, I'll give a quick demo. Window space, window space, window space. You know, 4 windows and then a couple of doors, and then same again, 4 windows, doors, 4 windows, doors. It's the usual concept that I'd use. It's nothing specific, but you know, it's just random. But at least it looks like some effort has been put into it. But that's the rough idea of how what the doors and windows will sit. But it's up to you how you want to space them. It's entirely up to you. But anyway, that's the corridors, well, the inner walls of the corridors done for now. What we're going to do, we're going to fly to the back end of the ship, back to where we left off down here. So we're at the back pillar again now. So where the pillar goes up, across and down, the inner walls here, what we're going to do now is read my notes a minute. And what we're going to do, we'll go from the pillar, well, from the pillar there, where it connects to the inner walls. At the bottom of the inner walls here, we're going to build in 2 blocks like that. So inwards 2 blocks towards the centre. And then we're going to build 35 back. So from this point, 35 back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be 35. I'll just measure that. Up to there, and yep, that's 35. So as before, inside pillar here, build 2 across and then 35 back. And then what we do is increase the height to 3 high like before. So from there down to there, increase it to 3 high. Set court. So there we go. That's 3 high now. And then what you want to do is from the top of the pillar now. So where the pillar attaches here, you've got the roof sort of top of the arch here. From this block here where it connects to the pillar, you're going to build 37 back. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 37. I'll just measure that. And yep, that's 37. So you can see it overhangs the area below. So you've got one block out that way, or 2 blocks rather, and the same at the back end. Basically, the deck will sit on top of these walls, and this would be sort of a balcony. Well, not a balcony, but sort of a canopy, if you like. So when you're under here, it would be an overhang, if you like. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to do a quick copy paste of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy from the arch here to the, or from the arch and copy the other side. So go from there to there. And I'll do just basically copying it to the other side. So copy, and then flip it, and then paste it. There we go. That's both sides like that. So that's symmetrical, and that's how it should look on both sides. And then, like before at the front end, we just join these 2 walls together across the back. So join them across. This is the 3 high wall, by the way. And you just welded it to increase it to 3 high. Like, oh, piss, done it wrong. So, why isn't that working? From there to there. Oh, there we go, right. So that's increased to height there. And then the row of 37 at the top, the overhang, you just connect them across the top, like so. Oh, and there we go, that's that overhang done there. As like I said, this area will be where the deck goes, so the deck will sit on these walls here, like so, and it will overhang like that. So you can see when you're underneath, you can see it overhangs like that. So that's that area. So what I'm going to do now is do a quick jump cut, because I've got to do a bit of measuring and adding up to do, because what we're going to focus on next is all the side windows that go along the side of the outside edge. So what I'm going to do, like I said, do a quick jump cut, and I shall return in just a moment. Okay, back again. Now I've done all my measuring and counting, so what we're going to do now is add all the side windows. Basically they go along the outside edge along here. So we go down to the front end of the outside edge, where the overhang is, of course, and we go to the front block here, and I'm going to build up 6 from this point. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up to the height of the big front section, and then at the top we go 2 back, and then 2 back again, and 2 back again. Basically steps down like that, so it's 2 across, 2 across, 2 across like that in a step, and then at the bottom you build down 3. So 1, 2, 3. That's that section there, and then the front block, well, in between these 2 bits now, so you've got the front section and the back section there, you build a window there 2 blocks high, and then a window there 2 blocks high as well. So the section should look something like that. So you've got the 6 up, and then the 2 sections down there, the windows in between, and then just fill in the gaps here, and then you should have that front portion like that, and it should look something like that. I keep saying like that or something like that because that's how it should look. So yeah, that's the first 2 windows, and then what you want to do is to look at my notes, because I can't remember what I've written down. Bear with me. Right, so after that first pair of windows, you've got a single pillar there, that one there, and then what you do, you add another 2 pillars like that, basically creating a 3 block gap. And then what you want to do is add another pair of windows like that, and then just fill in a gap in between, and then leave another 3 gap like this. So when I say a gap, you actually build white blocks in there, so it's a 3 by 2 high section there, and then you add another pair of windows like that. So there you go, and then leave a 3 block gap. So you build a 2 and then another 2 like that. So it's 3 wide, but it's actually 4 because of it's on the curve like that. But as you can see, that's how it should look. So it's 2 and then 2, but really it's 3. So you got the 3 pairs of windows like that, and it should look, you can't really see it very well, it should look something like that, but like I say, you can't see it very well because of where it is. But that's the first 3 windows. And then what you want to do after those 3, of course you've got the 3 gap here. And what you want to do is add it's 10 groups of 10 windows. So we build the first group. So I'll go from here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 10 windows with a single block gap between each window. So it's a group of 10 windows. So fill in the gaps in between. So you've got the 10 like that. And at the end you add the 3 block gap. So it's a group of 10 windows. So that's the first group, and there's going to be 10 of these groups. So that's the first of 10. So basically it's 100 windows. So that's the first group of 10 there. So I should do the second one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we fill in the gaps again. So that's your second 10. And then we add the 3 gap again. And a single block there, so it's a 3 gap like that. And on to group 3 of the 10. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we add gaps in between, or fill in the gaps in between. So that's 3 groups of 10 so far. And then we add the gap at the end. Basically a spacer. So it's like that, and then onto group 4 of the 10. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then fill in the gaps. So that's the 4, and then onto the group 5. Oh, fill in the gap at the end first, so put the spacer there. And then onto group 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fill in the gaps. And a gap at the end. So just double check how many that is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 done, so we're halfway. So onto group 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then fill in the gaps again. And of course the end spacer. And then onto group 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And of course fill in the gaps again. And then the end block again. So that's 7, and on to group 8. 1, 2, 3, double back, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see I moved it back 1 block there because of where the ship starts to narrow. So once again, fill in the gaps. I just double check the amount of windows. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's fine. Just had to double check that because of that area. It confused me a little bit. So that was 10 windows. And I've lost count of how many sections I've done. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 groups of 10 done so far. So we're on to group number 9. So I'll just add the gap at the end. On to group 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fill in the gaps. So that's group 9. Add the spacer at the end. And on to group 10. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And add the space. Or spaces, the gaps in between. So there we go. That's the 10 groups of 10 windows done. So once you get to the end of that, you add another spacer, the 3x2. So at the end of the 10s, you then add a group of 6. So you add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it was 10 10s and then 1 6. and then we add these spaces in between, and then you should have a 2-block gap here at the end. Fill that in, and there you go. The windows are all done. So it was 3 pairs of 2. No, 3 pairs. Yeah, 3 pairs of windows. So it's 3 2s basically at the beginning, and then 10 rows of 10, and then a single 6 at the end. And that's how your window should be. You can't see them very well because of the angle, but if I sort of zoom, there you go. You can see the windows now. See the windows down, or looking up at them. So that's how it should be. It's 112 windows altogether. So you had the 6 at the beginning and 6 at the end, and then the 100 in between. So there we go. That is one side done. So what I'll do, we're going to go and add a line of blocks now across the top, basically just to cap the windows off. So we'll go from the back end again. Of course, we've got this pillar here, creating the arch. So we'll just add a line of blocks across the top of all the windows now, making them all capped off. So you can see the windows now got a thing above them. So build all the way across the top of the windows, all the way back to the front end, and then what I do a copy paste to the other side. So we shall see how we get on. So just carry on with this, building all the way to the front end, capping all the windows off. And of course the ship's narrowing again, so that's confused me then. And narrows again. Oh, and there we go, at the front end, and there we go. That's the windows all capped off, and one side of the ship is done so far. So that is how the ship should look. Actually, don't look too bad. So what I'm going to do a quick copy paste. I won't bother doing a jump cut, I just want to do this as quick as I can. So I'll go to the back end, copy it, then flip it over, and then we'll go to the next phase. So should go from about there, build out a couple of blocks, copy from there, fly all the way to the front, copy it, flip it, and then paste it, and then it'll be all okay. So the ship has definitely taken shape. Still a long way to go though, as you'd expect. So we'll go to this point and we'll copy from there. We'll go copy, flip it to the right, and then we paste it. And there we go, there's the windows all in place down the other side. And there we go, that's the ship, or the sides done, not the ship done, but the sides are all done. And you should look something like this. Looking all fine and dandy, but if you look at the prototype, you know there's a lot more still to go. Another 2 decks, so still plenty to do. But what we're going to do, we're going to fly to the back end, and we'll just start adding the deck, which will be the boat deck. So the lifeboats will sit on top of this deck when it's all finished. And well, they won't actually sit on the deck. The gantries that support the lifeboats will be connected to the deck, but the lifeboats will be suspended in the air. So that'll be that. So like before, we'll just add the deck to this top line here, and the deck will sit on top of all these walls, the inside walls, and will stretch all the way to the front. So I should just sit on this wall here, and we'll use the fill tool to fill the deck in. So fill wood about 300, and the deck should all fill in. Takes its time because it's welded it, of course. And there we go. There's the deck, or part of the deck filled in. It's still trying to fill in the distance. But as you can see, the deck is in place. You can see the overhang now as well of this area. So you can see the overhang here. And here, sort of a balcony sort of thing. And also the corridors are all covered up. So it looks quite looks eerie at the moment because there's no light in there. But so it looks like a train tunnel at the moment. But we'll fly it back to the forward again, all the way to the front end. Make sure all the deck is added. And I don't think it is. No, just come up short. Look, just come up ever so short, or slightly short. So I should just use the weld edit to fill in the rest. And there we go. There's the deck all added, and it, like I said, looks quite good. And yeah, don't look too bad, do it? Right, Next job, before we call it quits on this one, we're going to add a few more details to the top area here. Now, this isn't a thing that really needs to be done just yet, but we'll do it anyway. Right, so we're on the right-hand side of the ship here. So you see where we got these, the first two windows. We built this section first, where it went up 6, and then back 2, and then down 2. So at the top row here, so it's basically 3. You're going to build from this block here. You're going to build inwards 8. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then down to deck level like that, and then just increase it to 3 high. Oh, there we go. So you can see this deck area will only be 3 high. This is where things get a bit complicated with the superstructure, because this area here will be 3 high, but the area behind it will be 4 high. So this is sort of a separating wall. So this area will be 3 high, the area behind will be 4 high, and then the area on top of that will be another section higher. But I'll explain it in a minute because we'll fly over to the prototype. But that's one side. So you can see you build in 8 and then make it 3 high. So I'll do the same on the other side. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then down to the deck below, and then increase it to 3 high. And then again, that's that section done there. So the area in between will be a bit more superstructure. So we're not going to worry about anything else now. So that's this part of the tutorial done. So what we've done so far today is quite a lot. So I'm just going to fly over to the other ship, to the prototype. And I have explained this in a previous video, but as we're getting to this area now, it's going to be a bit more complicated. So this is the area we're just doing now. So we've got the up this area here. So we're building the 8 here. And as you can see, it's 3 high at the doors here, and the area behind this wall here is 4 high, and then the area above that is another 4 high as well. It's all confusing. It's how the ship is laid out. It's sort of 3 different levels really, and they don't sort of connect to each other. But every area behind that is all fine though, so it's confusing, but you know it will work out when it's all done. It's just sort of a mishmash of different areas and different heights, but when it's all done, it should all look fine. But for the next part of the tutorial will be everything back of this point, so it'll be all this area here. These outside walls here. So these will be the boat deck superstructure, and maybe the beginnings of the top deck superstructure as well. So there's plenty more still to do, and maybe the bridge as well. Maybe get all this area out of the way as well. But like I said, there's still plenty to do. And so we've got all the forecastle detail, got the funnels, got the aeroplane, got the masts, all the area on the stern, got the lifeboats. There's, like I said, still plenty to do. But we'll do it bit by bit. So there we go. But what we've done so far today is quite a bit, and like I said, the next part will be all what I just explained. So yeah, that'll be that. So that'll be for part 6 onwards. So this is part 5. So yeah. Anyway, this is Rich signing off, logging off, and disappearing, and I shall return in part 6. So bye for now.